And talking of saving money, how would you like to live in a house that costs you nothing to run?
This week's Property View is a carbon-neutral home in Holywood in County Down. You can find out why it's something of a guinea pig for other developments like it around Northern Ireland.
Hello again. Now, with gas and electricity prices on the rise, how great would it be to live in a home with no zilch running costs?
Well, Alison's been for a look round the 5-bedroom new build that has been dubbed the Greenhouse.
The location alone should make this house on Hollywood's Esplanade a des res, but the developers of number 5A have gone one step further and made it a carbon-neutral home. Constructed using structural insulated panels, which are similar to timber frame, this house is carbon zero. That means no utility bills. In fact, whoever buys it could get money back thanks to the solar electric roofing system, which it's estimated will generate more than enough electricity to keep your house going, even on a dull winter's day.
We're starting November and we're producing electricity that goes straight into the grid, and then you just use normal electricity like every other house. We've been clever in the design of all the electrical appliances. The biggest light bulb is 11 watts, the smallest is 0.7 watts. So you're being clever with your usage as well. There's an air source heat pump which does your underfloor heating. That comes on and off 24/7 as required, but because the house is that highly insulated, you don't lose the heat.
Now, while there's no doubt that this house uses state-of-the-art technology, there are also a few old gadgets as well. An immersion heater on a night tariff heats the water. But when it comes to saving energy, these bulbs take the biscuit. They're 0.7 of a watt. That's about as much power as you'd need for a calculator. The technology involved in building this house was developed with experts at the University of Ulster, but it was a learning curve for everyone.
So not only ourselves, the building control officers are learning, the council are learning. The planners at the end of the day had approved a scheme, but they didn't expect the house to go in this direction. So this was a new venture for everybody.
The property has a price tag of around £700,000. But ecologically minded house hunters will have to wait. The property won't be coming on the market just yet. It's being used as offices by the developers who'll be monitoring the technology over the next year or so to see how it can be translated into other developments.
We're starting to do affordable social housing in Newton Ards, bringing some of the technology to this. So that deals with fuel poverty and things like that. Just trying to do things for the same price as a normal house, but you get a little bit more. We want to monitor the house for 18 months, 2 years, so that we get a few winters of how everything's performing. Again, we're meeting Action Renewables. They want to monitor it alongside the University of Ulster, so that, you know, if there's something not 100%, well, for the next one it will be, you know.
You must be the only builder in Northern Ireland who's built a house of this standard who's not crying out to sell it at the moment.
Absolutely. But it's a learning curve, a very big learning curve. But we want to bring it mainstream.
Now, there's no doubting that this house is environmentally friendly, but how friendly is the environment? You're right underneath the flight path, there is no on-street parking, and you're just yards away from a busy pub.
Well, the quadruple glazing, you cannot hear the aircraft inside. The pub beside it is a very good restaurant, so you don't have to walk too far. You've got your train behind you. So really you don't need a car. So car parking, we have a garage there. Yes, you have car parking, but being very environmental, you should be using public transport anyway.
So while it looks like it's been here forever, number 5A is a relative newcomer to this road, but one that will make its mark as a prototype for future developments.